In My Big Embarrassing Elephant, you capture the feeling of being awkward or out of place so perfectly. Was there ever a time in your own life when you felt like you were dragging around a giant embarrassing elephant?
Honestly, frequently. As a child, I felt my feelings so big. And anytime I would feel embarrassed about anything, whether it was something I really had a good reason to be embarrassed about or not, I would be just flooded with huge feelings of shame. I wanted to just sink through the floor. I wanted to disappear entirely. I felt embarrassment so strongly. And I did a little poll on my Instagram pretty recently, and I asked people out of four options what was the most uncomfortable feeling they felt as a child. And I included grief, fear, embarrassment, and I can't remember one more, but more people thought that embarrassment was a painful feeling than even fear, which surprised me. I mean, that's how I feel, but it was surprising to me to see so many people felt the same way. So embarrassment was just a heavy feeling that I really hated almost above any other feeling when I was a kid. I would avoid embarrassment at all costs. And a lot of times I'm writing books for my younger self, and I wanted to maybe normalize that feeling and let children understand that they're not the only one who feels that way. Because I think when you're a child, that's what you always think. No one's ever been as embarrassed as I feel right now. No one knows how this feels. And throughout my life, I've had big problems that have weighed me down. And one in particular was infertility. And I felt like talking about it would make it harder almost. Or for a long time, I wouldn't be open about it. I didn't want to talk about it. And I eventually learned, in fact, I was at a class and someone said, talking about infertility is not any harder than not talking about infertility. It's still there, whether you talk about it or you don't. And in fact, when I started talking about it with the right person, it felt a lot less heavy. So secrecy, shame thrives in secrecy, embarrassment feeds on secrecy and quiet. So the quieter we are about it, the heavier it feels. And in a friendly way, I wanted to convey that message to a child that when you have those feelings that you feel like you can't share, if you can find a trusted person to share them with, it gets lighter, it gets easier to bear.